that thing back there.
Oh, your mic's cracking up now. Look at you.
Oh my god.
I think
All
it's
right.
there. I think it's there.
Good
All
enough.
right, so we are back with a podcast. It's been a couple weeks. We are fully into the Fable set now. I guess technically, yeah, we've had some events, and we're gonna touch on those. We had SSG and was it Forbidden Mountain that had like an online one?
TFM, and I think there was another store in California, the Collector or something.
Oh yeah, I think I just seen that one. I think the big takeaways were definitely Dumbo is very good, and
Yeah.
I was wrong. I think that's the sentiment everywhere.
Yeah, I think I watched a lot of Twitch streams over the weekend because locally we only had like pre-release events, so mostly just like opening packs, playing Jank for 3 rounds, getting more packs, and going home. So I did get a good opportunity to watch a lot of the SSG coverage. I think the sentiment of the format is Amethyst good. Whether it be Dumbo or just using Amethyst cards to draw cards in general. Lots of people in the chat were like, I don't think Dumbo's that good. Every time it's hit the play field, it's just either getting removed immediately or I'm seeing a lot of people just inking it. And I'm like, that's how you know a card's good is
I was about to say,
when it hits the field and they demand an answer.
It's such a threat.
Probably people who haven't opened it, trying to cope.
That was I loved seeing Kendall play that whatever the card he did instead to be like, I don't have those.
He played 2 Rider and 2 Vision.
Yeah, I was like, what card is that? When he was talking about it, I had to look it up.
He said even over the course of the day, like as they were getting them in, they was like slowly accumulating them. He was buying like one at a time. It was funny.
I can imagine that there was a big fight to pay premium dollar for Dumbo at the events. Hopefully not the same for CCS coming.
It's going to be the same thing probably.
I think a lot of people are going to need it, and you're going to have to be connected in there to get them.
Yeah,
I do think you play Dumbo or you beat Dumbo right now.
Yeah, even if it's still like, even like locally, I think I opened 3 cases, so I was lucky enough to get 7. But we had 3 separate people at this between the LGSs that opened cases and pulled 0, and then another 3 that opened cases and pulled 1. So
that's rough.
It seems like it's 1 or 3 in the case, and it's really bad.
Yeah, we opened up a case and 5 troves and got 6 or 7.
I was interested to see if they were coming out of
JD?
troves or not.
It's Chris from Team
My
Smash with
field
the
event,
majority.
I feel like we went through at least a case and a half and like multiple troves, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that pulled the non-enchanted Dumbo, so he definitely seemed very rare.
I'm hoping to get one.
Yeah.
CCS, I feel like the top 2 decks that we're going to see at CCS are 100% going to be Blurple and Amethyst Steel. Amethyst Steel is, I feel like it's very 50-50 into Blurple and significantly better into all the other decks that can counter Blurple. So you just take your shot at the 50-50 and then have favorable matchups into everything else. Because like the main deck to counter Blurple that I've seen is Emerald Sapphire. And when I was playing Emerald Sapphire to try to prepare for CCS to see if it was what I wanted to take, anytime I played Amethyst Steel, I got pooped on relentlessly, and it was not fun or even close half the time. So even with like once I started teching Heads Held High and just to try to like further reduce the board and make it to where I can under the sea the Dumbos, it just didn't matter. It was like too little too late.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I think Emerald Sapphire tries to rely on the Reckless, and then Dumbo's effect just says forget Reckless, so that makes it quite a
it makes
pain.
it hard. And I thought the same
I
thing
think
going into the set. I was like, man, Emerald Sapphire is gonna be so good, and then Dumbo showed up, and it's not.
I think like Emerald Sapphire can exist with the new list once they realize they don't have to worry about Amber Steel at all, which I feel like was a big focus in the beginning and had forced them to kind of play a package they didn't really want to be playing, or it was just bad against other decks. So I'm interested to see where Emerald Sapphire evolves more than any deck, because I do think it's still very good.
Someone in chat said that they opened 16 boxes to get 4 Dumbos, which is 4 case, so 1 per case. They got 5 Enchanteds in the same duration of boxes. So
that's like
Dumbo.
what I feel like I see. More Enchanteds than Dumbos, which is insane.
That's what I was telling people. Like, we're gonna value your case on how many Dumbos you pull, not Enchanteds.
Yeah. I also I guess we can kind of like tee off with it while we're here. Like Iconics. Like TFM opened 17 cases of product, only 1 Iconic. But locally, well, I guess not locally, but I know in Eastern North Carolina, there was a store that had 3 Iconics pulled out of
really?
like, I don't know how much product they opened, but they pulled 4. They had 3 minis and 1 Mickey. And then another store in South Carolina, one of the guys on the Ink Nights pulled one out of a trove, and then 2 of the other people pulled them out of their cases. So it seems like I don't know. I want to say it's they're clumping pretty hard, but it seems like if you get one in the case, it's likely that your other product probably also has Iconics in
Go
it.
buy the rest of them.
Exactly. Just buy out your store.
Really
just run there. Yeah, go back. I'm gonna need everything else.
I wonder if any have come from starter decks yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm sure somebody has.
Like those were always juiced. So I felt like that's how they're going to get people back into it.
Yeah,
they
we open.
Always have an epic.
Yeah, I think total and like locally between like sealed events and everything, we probably opened 13 cases out of like the whole weekend, and nobody locally that I know of got an Iconic. So
a bunch of Enchanted, no Iconic.
Definitely seems.
Somebody said in Fayetteville no Iconics,
on how
but I know Uninkable, the Uninkables, which is in Raleigh. I think Sam is their name. She's posted their like sell pay post and like 4 times, and I've seen it, and it said they had 3 Mickeys, 3 minis, 1 Mickey. So
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Both of them crazy.
But I think the red one is. They're actually both very interesting cards that I can see seeing play. I'm surprised that the price and value continuously dropping. The first couple going for like. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like it's kind of stabilizing a little bit now. It seems like the mini tanked really hard. She tanked down to like 850-ish, which is still a ton of money for a card. Don't get me wrong, but 850 for a card that's like we've seen be 1 in 17 cases on like our biggest sample size is pretty cheap. And then the Mickey's been hanging out at he was hanging out at like 1,100 for a while, and then I think they've both kind of like puttered it out a little bit right at $1,000, because I know the mini earlier when I looked at it went back up a little bit. So
that's
I'd like just looked. I think mini was like 900, right over 9, and Mickey was like right exactly $1,000. Yeah. And when I saw the first few sales be $2-3 I was very excited that it would carry the prestige of being like a lot better than an Enchanted. I don't really like seeing them come to Enchanted prices. I guess they're not really, except for like Elsa kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Elsa. That's the only one.
That's the only one, really. What's the next most expensive Enchanted?
Probably Dumbo right now.
Yeah, it's Dumbo and Dumbo and Into the Unknown.
Oh yeah, Into the Unknown was what I was going to talk about because it is going up.
Yeah, I think when I bought mine, I got it around like the $200-ish price point, and then yeah, I was gonna say now I think it's like it's at 320 now, but I think like right when the set released and people realized that Blorple was going to be good, which I think something we discussed in like our last podcast.
Yeah.
It shot up close to almost 400. I think it was 389 at one point.
Which is insane.
Yeah, I definitely think that, and I could see it going up a little bit more.
Because
I'm interested. Go ahead.
I was like, that's why my wife said I'm not allowed to like max rarity in my Blorple deck.
It's a very expensive one. Maybe the most expensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was Ferrante posted a screenshot of his TCG card if he did a max rarity, and it was like $9,600 or something, like some crazy number.
That's not including like if you run the Baymax, that's not including like the Continental Baymax.
Oh my god!
It's the shiny one. Yeah.
There's just more and more cars. We're gonna get those bells, the new Elsa. It's just gonna continuously get more expensive.
Yeah. Well, the bell has an enchanted.
So cool playing that.
Yeah,
that bell has an enchanted though, so
I do.
Still paying for that.
That's another card that I don't know if you have it in your pictures, but like whenever that first like DCA bell came out, like people were charging like $400 for them, and now they're people they keep doing the event. It's keep like running over the weekend, so now it's down to like $75 per card, which is still I think a little inflated, but
up there,
a lot more affordable.
Yeah, I saw California Adventure got the new Beast in that same form, and they just rubber banded them, stacked them out there, and you're like, real nice, bro. Take them. That's what I'm saying too. Somebody's getting a whole stack of those
for sure.
And they're gonna.
It looks like on the screen we got my chase for the set. I've been looking for one. I've been trying to acquire one. Everybody I've asked has not been willing to let it go. No pun intended. I've seen 3 get shared in our group chat, and I've asked to give people my money multiple times, and they do not want to give me my money. But yeah, this card is definitely my number one chase. It's absolutely adorable.
If anybody wants to trade for a DLC Let It Go for some Dumbos, you can go ahead and get my information.
Someone posted one.
I was regular Dumbos.
I was like, can I get 4 foil Dumbos for this? Because I'm down.
You might be able.
Regular Dumbo has been
at the foil price. I'm scared too.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like $100 minimum, but it's going crazy. This card is fluctuated the hardest, I think, over the weekend more than any other card in the set. Like the Friday of release and like including like pre-orders, it was like I know that it was hovering around $50 to $60 for all of like the pre-sale season. The foil was hovering around $100, and then it came out. Everybody realized the card was broken and was looking for it for the events for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, what also makes it really hard is like people don't have access. Stores got gypped on product, things like that. So I think once like big box and like stores get the second wave, hopefully it goes down to like, no, you don't think so?
Not at all.
No, dang.
Not at all. I think
sorry to everybody who had hopes. I try to help you guys out here.
I just don't like if you can play this in your Amethyst deck, it's a 4-of. Like
100%.
So every single person that wants one to play is gonna need 4. Yeah. So every single person that's like, oh, I pulled this one out of my trove at Walmart. Let me put it on TCG Player real quick. You're gonna have to go through 4 of them to get your set. So it's just gonna continuously drive the price up as more people pick up their play sets.
If we all stop playing Amethyst,
what I was
will tank, guys.
was this will probably be a lot of people's first card they ever sold, because they are like, I do not need this $80 legendary. I can get whatever, like almost another box for it.
I mean, I traded 2 for an enchanted aerial.
Yeah, see, like that's what I expect a lot of people to be doing. If you're not as serious about being competitive, and you're like,
Oh no, I had my 4 first.
I'm not
I'm
other people
to get my 4.
Yeah, we have some people with luck, like Fluff here and our friend Mike. Every event they played in this weekend, they also pulled Dumbo, so it was very much reminiscent of Matt during Azure IC with Shark.
Time.
And I opened a case and pulled 1, and then Matt opened his pre-release trove that he usually gets, and then his first 5 packs for sealed, and then drafted 1, and I was like, great, I owe you $1 jillion. I remember 2 for wanting 1 because it was foil and had a little dot on it, and I was like, I'll do it, man, whatever.
I need to just do more seals. They fucking seem to work out for me.
For sure.
It worked out for some people. Other people, not so much.
Yeah, I was going to also bring up the idea, you buy your case, you do every time. It's, it's like a pretty big, financial little thing. And then you get 1, 2 Dumbos, and then you're like, now I have to go pay $150, $200 for 2 more of these. I'm sure that feels really bad for some people. So I hate that.
Or people that pulled none.
Yeah,
and they're still hunting for some, or they. Yeah. It's like I'm spending.
And then you're just kind of competing with all your friends to get them. Sure, it doesn't feel great.
DJ in the chat said, "Yeah, most of us got 0 in our cases." I said earlier, I think 3 or 4 people pulled 0 in their case.
It's what Bruce.
I
don't
DJ,
feel
Mets.
No.
Yeah.
I see Norris, man. That shit broke my heart. That was a brutal case.
Yeah, and then it seems like the people that are getting 0 Dumbos, they're getting a lot of the epics, which is is good, but it's not Dumbo money,
Yeah, it's kind of bad when I looked at it recently.
I mean, some of those people are saying they didn't get Dumbos, but they did get Enchanteds. DJ got Enchanted Hades. Nor got an Enchanted Circle of Life. Scott got an Enchanted. Bruce. Oh, my bad.
Bruce got 0 Dumbos, 0 Enchanted.
God damn.
I think Mets also got 0 Dumbos.
Wait,
0
I thought he pulled 1 when he got home that night of.
Oh, I'm not sure. He might have pulled 1.
0 Dumbo in a case is just, oh my god.
Yeah,
it hurts.
I mean, rethinking my whole fucking life, whole structure, how I do code.
Yeah, I mean, even just playability. This weekend we were talking about we were testing for CCS because most of us are headed down to CCS, and we only have enough Dumbos for 3 people to play Dumbo.
Yeah.
So what we literally had to sit down and build Amethyst Steel list with no Dumbos.
Shout out to Panda for making that sacrifice.
I don't know what you're saying right now, but shout out to Panda for making that list.
I hate my
It's like every time you turn to the right, it just stops picking you up for some reason.
Yeah, shout out to Panda for making the sacrifice to not play Dumbos in her Amethyst Steel deck, because my wife is able to play Dumbos now. So we have a lot of people making that sacrifice.
R.I.P. Dumbo.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are. You got to decide. Everyone playing 2 Dumbos is not the best move, so you got to make that decision on who's going to play them.
Yeah,
play most optimally.
Someone in the chat said the Enchanted set are straight fire, though.
They are definitely gorgeous. Is there not people around that pull Dumbos that aren't going to CCS?
There are, but it's I'm literally everybody else that has one has 1. So they're just one
from another person borrow, and so we know people like that aren't going, that they're getting.
Yeah, they're all letting somebody borrow them.
Would have like mailed y'all my single one if I knew it was that serious.
The struggle bus.
I don't feel like I see any of the other enchanteds, not enchanted legendaries being like more common. So it's like so strange to see the Dumbo being so rare.
I wish I could say that this is the opposite, because I don't know if you were watching the stream when we were opening our cases, but our case,
So you guys went to Hades Town, but
yeah,
I didn't feel like
Hades
that was
Town,
the same for everybody else.
Population us. Actually, which is funny, I was talking to somebody else that opened 3 cases, and they only pulled 1 Hades. So I was like, the clumping is crazy.
Yeah,
but
I had like that, but
yeah, I had 5 non-foil and a 4 foil Hades in 3 cases. But
so we have the Mickey on screen, or no, the Aurora.
Back to
This
Mickey.
The Mickey at 1,300. The most expensive card you could pull from a Lorcana pack. Our first iconic. I'm sure this one will be the more chase of the two. All the red on this card, like the lips and the feather on his head, pop so much. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the only part that I didn't like is the red and the black band, the black ink band. For some reason, it like doesn't have that same shine. Probably because it's on top of a layer of black, but but everything else about the card is amazing. So
yeah, I was kind of worried that it would look just like a regular, more like a regular enchanted, especially with these enchanteds getting the upgrade of the gold foiling and stuff. But I think the texture there is definitely unique.
Still need to see
Can't
one
wait
in
to
person.
see one in person. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I wish.
I was crossing my fingers and crossing my toes that we would get one, but no such luck. Didn't even get to see one in person this weekend. I think this one, I'm surprised that this one is cheaper. I know Mickey is like obviously like the workhorse of the set, or of like Disney. It's like their main person, but Minnie is way more playable of a card, in my opinion. And I know that people are like, playability is not going to affect a card like this, but that's not the case. A lot of people want to slap these in decks. I can guarantee you.
Yeah, I guarantee if this mini was actually seeing play and like getting 4 of, like this one would be so much more, even though Mickey is Mickey. I don't like the horse on this one. It looks weird to me. That's why I don't like it.
I feel like if they just like obviously it's all of the accents with this one are they're pretty much sticking with that gold because it's a amber card. But I feel like if they just like had like one, like her blowing and like that heart that she's blowing was red, and just like gave it like that red foiling. Yeah. Obviously, that's like a whole nother thing, like of printing would making it harder. But
I'm blind. I didn't
be crazy.
see the heart until you just mentioned it.
We have a comment saying they think swears reprint legendaries are higher pull rate, and I feel like I kind of agree with that. I do think you saw like not as, I guess there's more of them, so it makes
more Hades, Maleficents, Elsas.
Yeah, I pulled no Maleficent in any of my boxes.
I pulled like 2, 3.
DJ said he's starting to GoFundMe for Al's mic.
It's so bad, guys. I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah, but I think this both of these cards are beautiful. I think the best thing about this set is that it increased the satisfaction you get with opening product. That's been a lot of people's biggest complaints in terms of like just like EV on product, and how it just didn't feel great because like you only really popped off if you got it enchanted. But now there's like so many chases in the set.
Yeah, like epics, like this Aurora in front of us are maybe not holding their value as much as people would like, but you still have to feel good when you get one of these out of a pack, especially like a random locals pack or something like that.
Sorry, somebody in the chat said, "I'm sure you could get a pretty good mic if you traded Dumbo."
Yo, that's so dialed. Guys,
He's not wrong.
I'm
He's not
trying
wrong.
here, guys. I don't know what's going on. I
But
bet you $100 if I asked for that right now, someone would say yes in the chat.
Yeah, no, I love epics. Somebody was I think we were talking about it a little bit, and they said that the epics are nice, but they just wish it was like less cutesy cards and more playable cards. Like obviously, most of them are reprints. There's only a few cards that are like not reprints that got the epic. A lot of the power line stuff, which if those were more playable, I feel like they would they'd be a lot better. The fact that B King Undisputed was like $10.
It's like 12
surprised me. I was like, I feel like that's probably the best one, and I'm just besides the Aurora, I feel like this is the best one, and it being $10, only $40 for a playset, and basically being a full art borderless is so nice.
Yeah, I'm very surprised about Cusco because he is seeing a lot of play at the moment and in 4-of fashion, but it's still not helping his price.
After this weekend, it's definitely might go up.
Yeah, I can see that. I think we're in a very fluctuating market for these cards.
Yeah, I mean, Ruby Amethyst and Ruby Steel are both decks that can relatively compete with Blurple. So this card is probably going to be a 4-of in both of those decks. So.
Anyway, I don't see it right now, but in a world where Ruby Amethyst, like when CCS does amazing, I think this card definitely is like $25 on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else.
So whoever plays that, hopefully they win and they can sell it.
Sign it and then sell it.
CCS, his homie will be right there buying them all, just like the Yensid guy. Wonder how that worked out.
I mean, if he sold them right after, he probably made his money back.
100% did.
Surely you just, whenever Dumbo dips, you buy it all, because he'll be up again.
Somebody said they're super shiny. I was playing with a friend in the light reflecting off the epics actually hurt my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few people that like low rarity because they act like the shine bothers them. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Panda's on the team chat. Whenever we played Yu-Gi-Oh!, I bought her Starlight for her Tri-Brigade deck, and she played it for one round of one event and was like, it gave me a headache every time I played it. So
it's not worth it if it's doing that.
Good night.
So, yeah, I'm also a shiny connoisseur. I intentionally tossed probably Dallas Fort Worth by refusing to play Emerald still because I didn't have the foil cards. So I played Red Purple instead.
Missed out on a Let It Go.
I just like
looking good is part of feeling good.
Exactly.
That's a good statement right there.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it doesn't seem to work a lot. That last
What other epics we got in this slide deck? We got a Kuski in there. Oh, going into deck list. Let's get it. So this is Thiago from the SSG case release, 15 case prize pool. Shout out to him for taking it down. Amethyst Steel, as I said earlier, this is one of the decks that has a pretty good matchup into Blurple. It's pretty 50-50 in my opinion. And I think the cards he added in here, like the Treasure Guardian scene play is nice. Raja, the Mim Skater. See a lot of illusion cards floating about in these lists.
I just love the Jasmine that he played, honestly.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, how does Jasmine compare to TikTok?
It's basically TikTok, except you have to discard a card to get the stats, and you can play it one turn earlier.
Yeah.
Quest for 2.
Interesting. I do think you can't afford to play 6 costs in Amethyst Steel. It's just too expensive. You never really get there, or if you do, it's just not what you want to be doing.
Yeah. I think the list is super interesting. I think Genie Dragon is like something that a lot of people, especially Matt, had on their like bingo cards of cards that were gonna have their day, and I think it's definitely seen its day. The inclusion of curving into it with Mim to evenly take out a genie is really nice. It being able to sing strength is also really nice, and have a 4 willpower to sustain after that. All beneficial. I'm just happy to see Treasure Guardian seeing play. I know a lot of people were worried about illusions in general because all the decks are on 4 hypnotic strength. Most of them are on 4 strength of the raging fire. Other actions, I've seen a lot of magical movements, something like that. The 2 cost action.
Yeah, the one that rests them. You discard a card, you're gonna keep them rested.
No, there's another one called that's like a 2 cost action. You like exert one of your opponent's cards, bounce one of yours.
Yeah.
Magical maneuvers. Yeah, that card. I've seen that card getting a ton of play on the Forbidden website. So I think feel like I even heard one of our locals was talking about testing Twinfire, expecting this Amethyst Steel list to be relevant for CCS.
Don't hate Twinfire. Had a lot of hype in the beginning. I do think it's interesting that the way seems to be we play the Jafar Challenger 2 over Yelana or even Lilo. I think just questing for 2 matters a lot. And the thing I thought when I was playing Amethyst Steel a lot, it was hard to sing strength. Like I didn't feel like I had 3-drop characters to do it, and I was just hard casting it, which felt fine, but it's obviously not as much as what you want to be doing. Is why I think the 3-drop Genie is so good right now. And just playing the Cobra on 3 without its effect is like very good. Just have the 4/4.
Yeah, the 4/4 is deadly.
I wish any of the people that I've tested against on that website had that same issue, because every single time they go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, strength doc, find strength again. I'm like, I hate this so much.
Because they paid $39.99.
But I'm also interested in only 1 bell.
Yeah, I see Bell kind of getting cut when it seemed like it was working amazing, so it seemed strange to be cutting it. It definitely helps you with the evasive war. It always would make your opponent scared to play their Dumbo.
Yeah, I was going to say, just for Dumbo answers, like, so many times I find myself, like, punching a Genie with, like, a Amethyst Genie and then just belling and moving the damage to the Dumbo. Or Elsa into it, move the 3 damage. It's super relevant, I feel like, to have that damage move, and it's the best way to sustain your board state, in my opinion. As well as like going into this weekend, we're probably expecting more mirrors.
A lot of mirrors.
It's your easiest out to Calhoun, your easiest out to Lawrence if anybody's on Lawrence. It gives you a lot for like more accelerated play lines.
Yeah, a list like this playing a lot more 3-strength characters than it was in the beginning is just kind of asking their Dumbo to get built.
Mm-hmm. But it worked out for him, so we could be wrong. His opponent could just not have had Bell, or he had answers.
Bad hands.
I didn't get to see the finals. Yeah. I wasn't staying up till 2 a.m. for it, so.
We'll go over list I like a lot. DJ said I did like that one.
Well, this looks like it's from a different event.
Yeah, it's from a different event. First.
Yeah, it's all 10K, 15.
That's the second place list,
This,
right?
this is third place. Got it. There you go. So this is the second place player from SSG. I think his name was Travis. I think I can see that. We see the inclusion. This is probably the first list. We'll see the inclusion of the 1-drop Basil, which is just a nice card to help you curve into the evasive wars, essentially, allowing your genie to eat another genie without having to use Elsa and genie to do so, or just tapping down their genie with Elsa and then supporting Elsa to trade the genie and allowing you to quest with your genie, or whatever you need to do with it, Sing Into the Unknown if you're trying to take over the board state to establish your pathway to victory.
Yeah, I think Purple getting a 1-drop that you have to respect and actually care about has helped them out greatly, because they used to just kind of do nothing with the 1-drop. And it's still threatening if you drop it later on in the game. You just pay the 1 for it, so I like that a lot.
But one card that I love that we talked about before, and I'm glad that people are using it, is the Elephant.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just, I think we're seeing it primarily as a way to recycle your Hades. Just having continuous use of that Hades to maintain the board state, questing it, bouncing it, replaying it later in the game is something that's invaluable. I think the spiciest card here, I saw this a lot. It was on Speccy's stream when they were testing before their big event this weekend. Is that Rafiki?
4-drop uninkable Rush one?
Yeah. Rush Challenger 4, the first turn it comes into play. Being able to like trade with the bell if they quest it, or for like your lists that are on library, because I've seen a lot of that recently, putting 5 damage into the library after hitting it with other characters earlier. Super good. I think the only card in here I'm still not sold on is the Ursula Voice Stealer. I've been trying this card. I tried it before. I took it out. I tried it again after seeing him have this success with it, and I just think it's not great.
It's just there's not as many songs, so the only thing it's singing is that Into the Unknown.
Very
and that's
limited.
So you already have to have something else that you're gonna hit. So, I mean, it's a good like to tap down. So you have 2 more Elsas technically, but it just doesn't have Rush.
Yeah, and I feel like if you compare it with, if you have it Into the Unknown, like it seems crazy. If you don't have it Into the Unknown, it like kind of DJ's kind of hinting towards it's just another tap down, like Elsa, just without the Rush, because the boards do get stalematey. I know for me, like that was kind of something that helped break the people that are on similar to Kendall's list. I'm not sure if we'll get to it in this because I think we only did top 4, but he was on second star to the right. So if you're able to exert their higher cost character to challenge down with your smaller bodies, prevent them from singing that and force them to hardcast it, which is kind of how I felt Travis took the match away from Kendall in their match. Super good. So, oh no, Kendall did. I think Kendall lost in top 4, so we might have his on in here too.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I feel like the Feather is interesting. I wanted to see how that card played out.
I never saw him play it. I'm going to be honest.
I've also never seen it played, like even once in my life.
I think one time I saw him like pick up, like scooping up his ink after a game, and it was in his hand, and I never saw him actually play it. So
yeah, cute little tech cart to try out. It's inkable.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the Elephant has become infinitely more valuable just because as the game slows down, you can afford to take that turn off of like, I'm going to play this guy and just put the Hades either Elsa in my hand and you're going to have to deal with this next turn, and it's really hard to deal with at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the move damage portion too. So if they hit it and they don't banish it, you're moving some of that damage over back. So
I wish it was 3 though. I wish it was 3. Only being 2 sucks. Can't read the name of that one.
Different.
Yeah, so this one is
Rolando, yeah.
So this one's very similar. I actually really like the four drop genie that shuffles back to draw 3 cards. I played against that a few times on ladder, and it's good burst. It has more health than Yzma. Draws 3 guaranteed instead of up to 3. So I feel like it's a little bit better for the value. My biggest worry with this deck and other decks is the uninkable count is pretty high.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13.
Which isn't terrible, but like definitely opportunities to brick, and I think that's it. I think only 2 Dumbos is probably just because they weren't able to get access to 2 more. But
100%. That's why the 2 genies. That's why the 2 genies are there.
I feel like you're so right.
He said, "What do I do, guys?" And they're like, "Just tech in this genie." And they're like, "Okay."
I feel like it would almost be fun to only have a couple Dumbos and be like, I just get to play 2 fucking crazy cards instead.
Dom said he's a big fan of the Queen that was in the last list.
That is a cool card. You put 3 underneath. If it's one's a princess, you gain an extra lore.
I think it's good if I feel like you're anticipating a lot of aggro, just because a lot of those cards are in the Amber Steel list.
Or if they have a shark, you could put all their actions in the bottom.
Yeah, but Shark. This is the only Shark list that made top 8.
Yeah, I was playing for 2 of them. I think I can't even remember what he's called right now. But Baymax is just so much better in Blurple for that kind of thing if you're trying to cheat lore out than the Queen is.
Yeah.
It's on play and it's just bigger.
And we have this one. It's this guy lost in top 8 to I think the second place finisher. This very much a Damage Matters-esque Ruby Amethyst list. I like this list. Shift Mulan in this format is actually bonkers.
Love Shift.
If you open that card and you're sealed, you're usually pretty well off for like the sealed formats, sealed and draft. It's a very strong card in that format. Lumiere's proving to. I think the trend we're seeing is the damage increase or the power increase cards are very relevant. So in Blurple and Blue Green, we're seeing a lot of the 1-drop support Basil, and then Ruby decks we're seeing most of them are on Lumiere, just because that one power seems to be mattering a lot. Just helping you get favorable trades. Genie into Dumbo, really good.
Any card that says give all your other characters something right now seems very good.
Yeah, and also stops them from getting under the seed. So
who would play that degenerate card?
Why isn't Dumbo 2 strength? Should have been a 2/4.
Yeah.
Switching over to the Encounter 10 case, I believe this was the TFM event. This is Logan, who's better known as Zenulus from Maelstrom. He took a very similar list to what myself and Fluffco were testing. Lots of evasive answers. He chose Rafiki over
Royal Guard.
Royal Guard, which is just like, I honestly feel like it's kind of personal preference because the Royal Guard can do some pretty crazy things too.
Or is it Palace Guard?
No, it's Royal Guard.
Royal Guard, yeah.
It's Royal Guard.
And we saw, I'm assuming he has some pretty good testing going into this because he's already on TikTok, which a lot of people think TikTok's a superior card, expecting the mirror. So I kind of agree with that in testing. So
it's fun.
He's really big and not a vanish, so he doesn't just get zapped.
Yeah. He did say that Baymax netted him 30 lore over the course of the event, which is
insane at 2 copies.
Yeah, it's really good at 2 copies. We were at 2 copies in the list that we were testing as well. We were intentionally not questing, allegedly, to get the lore off Baymax.
I just wanted to prove to you guys that Baymax was really good. Okay. So if you do forget to quest, you can still win the game with Baymax, guys.
Yeah, and I do really like the inclusion here of visions. It's something that I'm looking at putting back into my list. Just being able to find the answer, because later in the game in certain matchups you'll play like a finders keepers and you'll draw 3 cards, and those cards are like hypnotic strength, 1-drop, and you're just
fail Tipo, and you're just like, God.
Yeah, you're just like sick. I love this for me.
Visions is an amazing like mirror breaker, or like the longer the game goes on, Visions becomes infinitely more important and better to help you find what you need.
Especially in that mid game when you're both like struggling for resources and you just top deck Visions, you're like, all right, I get to choose the best card to win the game right here. I love Visions. I think it's a very good card.
Presents a lot more opportunity to be like play my 5-drop, 6-drop, 7-drop guy and Vision as well, and still feel like we're fighting for the board and preparing for future turns.
Next turn. Yeah.
And then
this format like allows you to do that so much, or I didn't think that was possible. Like you can really set up turns and think about like I'm going to do this a turn or 2 from now because these guys will still be here.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting Zeused or prepped or big C suit anymore. So it's nice.
Whereas like if you take your whole turn to remove my guy from tapping it down and this and that, it's like that's fine. And we just really have an advanced state.
Yeah, which I think is refreshing. Because a lot of the times I know towards the end of the format it was so stale and it just didn't matter what you did to like set up any sort of combo because there was always just some sort of removal just waiting. So I think it's very nice and refreshing to have the format switch up.
There are people complaining that like right now it's just purple. Oh, the meta is refreshing, and then it's like, oh, it's just amethyst, and this is like just give it a little bit, bro. Like give it another week.
Like having to learn to play the game differently. I feel like I'm having to unteach myself a lot of things.
With so much Sapphire in the meta, you end up with so much ink from natural inking and opposing Hades into the unknown. The 2 ink for Visions is nothing. Yeah, very true.
Agreed.
I was gonna say I literally played a game where my opponent went Hades on my thing. I went Hades on their Hades. They went Hades on my Hades. I went Hades on their Hades. And then and then I also the board and tapped their last 2 things down. I was able to trade in. They top deck their next their 4th Hades, and I was like sick. I was like, we're in there.
It's when you get Mufasa and you get your Hades back in hand.
I think punishing your opponents that are trying to ramp you is definitely a good thing. I think it's kind of hard right now, but Visions is a way to do that.
Yeah, for sure. That might be something I have to try out. Just tracking where the Hades are, Mufasa, not.
You got 4 more.
Also from this event, we're seeing another Amethyst still. Like I said, 50-50 matchup with Blurple. So you're willing to take that risk and gamble a little bit. This one's pretty spicy, and including the Tinkerbell shift line.
Love the Tinkerbell shift line. So good.
We're also seeing more Dwarves Mine in this one, which I really like. I feel like if you're unhappy, you should be on Dwarves Mine, just because. And the stalemate of stalemates, which is like the first 3 turns in most matchups, where you're just kind of like playing a card, staring at your opponent and passing. That's something that you can do to just like start punishing them for not taking game actions. So,
yeah. And then there's the
I love
Yzma.
the inclusion of Smash. Smash, I think, is so good right now. Or if Dumbo is such a threat and he costs 4 and I can remove him for 3, like we're in there. And you just slam it in your inkwell when you don't need them.
He's running Yzma,
especially
and
if you're somebody without Dumbos right now. Definitely look at playing Smash.
I agree with that completely. I was talking to Tanya about that when we were deck building over the weekend. I was like, Smash is just busted because you just get to, as soon as they stick a Dumbo, you're just like, bye.
Yeah, it's one-shotting it.
Yep. And you got 1-drops to play alongside it. I do really like the Mr. Smee 2-drop that is like the Genie 3-drop.
Yeah.
Just being evasive is real strong.
Yeah, I even like him in the Sapphire Steel list, being a 3-power ally.
Personally, I'm going to pick the Jafar, but whatever.
No.
The evasive Jafar? Yeah.
He's a villain.
He's not an ally.
For this list.
But
yeah,
anyways,
that's crazy.
The purple steel players can't give up Mr. Smee.
Yeah,
I guess not. They're coping.
We love Smee. And again, we see the dragon.
Plan.
We do get to see the Lilo, which actually still doesn't have. I'm surprised that nobody's on like the Stitch.
Yeah, the one that swings, challenges, draw 1, right?
Yeah, draw 1, game 1 if it banishes.
Or the resist alien, what's his name? Mr. Arrow?
I mean, Mr. Arrow, I can understand because he's only 1 power.
Yeah.
But I feel like the chef,
John Silver,
and like telling your opponent they can't challenge, playing like next turn you can like quest your Lilo, challenge the character that couldn't do anything. Seems pretty good, but I'm not seeing it here. Probably just more focused on controlling the board state with Tinkerbell and Dwarves Mine, which is very good.
That's very fair for this strategy. I think that's what he's going for is Tinkerbell. I think Tinkerbell just forced Amber Steel like out of the format, which everyone was probably happy about.
If the Stitch had evasive, it'd be an auto include to challenge readied evasives. I agree with that. That'd be broken.
Hear me out. We just tech in the feather.
Amethyst just has too much draw. You don't need to do the Stitch thing. I do think the Lilo Stitch thing works infinitely better in Ruby Steel or potentially Sapphire Steel.
Yeah,
for sure. And then I know that for this event, top 4 is split. So all of these people, even though it says first, second, third, fourth, or whatever, they all split in top 4. So
they split and then let's play for bragging rights.
Yeah. Another Amethyst Steel. Ford Lilo.
For Timothy.
And we're also
somebody has to tell me what the mouse does.
If there's an evasive character in play, he gets 1+ lore.
He quests for 1 more. I don't think we need to get that close.
Yes, that's crazy. We're just going fast.
Pretty good. Yeah. And you play the pain. I like that. Panic, I mean. My bad.
I feel like it would be really good if they were also on the happy, because that means you could like happy play him on 2, quest for 2. Yeah. But not seeing that here, which is okay, because your 3-drop, you have multiple 3-drops that are evasive, your 4-drops evasive, your 5-drops evasive. So still seeing that same Tink shift line. We're on 4 Lilos here, so a little bit more control-y. Focusing more on like the challenger because of the Mim, Skater, and Calhoun. So we want to be able to get that off. I do love the inclusion of Panic. I am a Panic enjoyer. Depending on your curve, probably could just be more Bell, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I found the most interesting, that he decided to split Bell with Panic to get it out faster and do one less damage.
Yeah.
Probably
Still
didn't have
quest
any
for
more
2.
bells.
There's no way.
Got
Coming to-
4
that's a-
Lelos, I mean.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
a
got
common
4
thing.
Leos, no
That's
Bells.
a common thing that's going on, I see. They don't have it. So they
Playing
have to
the
replace it.
mouse without Dumbo seems crazy. I wonder if that was a necessity thing.
Didn't have it.
Maybe that's
Anyway.
what pain is.
He said, "I couldn't find Dumbo's Slap a Panic in there."
Yeah, you can play whatever fun card instead.
Somebody wrote his deck list for me and was like, "Help, I'm panicking, no Dumbos," and they were like, "I'm panicking."
It's like, that's a pretty good card. I do feel like it's Lawrence and Pete have just kind of been gone from Amethyst Steel, which is interesting.
I've noticed that too, and I've put it in, and people are just like, "You really don't need Pete that much."
He kind of doesn't do as much, but I was like, Lawrence is a unit. That quest for 2. Guess all the damage moving is scary at the moment.
There's your far list.
It's not a Jafar list.
With a Cusco whale.
Yeah, what does he do? I don't even know what he does.
When you ink, you get to return a bounce a character with 2 or less costs.
Can you zoom in more? Oh, okay.
Once during your turn, whenever a card is put into your
Can we
ink
see if this is authentic?
Oh, you guys see it?
Oh, it's looking blurry. It's looking blurry.
This is AI art.
Get it off. Get it off. Get it off.
Cusco is not a real card. You are imagining that.
Yeah, I guess I'm assuming it's to just loop your 1 and 2 drops to have a little bit more draw power. I couldn't assume it. I guess it.
Nice.
I feel like it could also be good. Like, nah, it's not good in aggro because there's no way you're like surviving until 5 to play this and then ink. So
yeah,
it's got to be just to like get draw without losing characters.
He must have had 2 empty slots and said, "Give me a card."
He's a big fan of Breezy. He was like, "I'm gonna throw Breezy's card in here."
Okay, that makes
like,
sense.
yeah, I got 2 Dumbos. What else? 2 of can I play?
So we're seeing it. It's the kind of the tale of the same old story, song and dance, I guess you could say. Amethyst, the Amethyst still is seeing a lot of success with Dumbo and Yzma.
Different packages for sure. That one, no illusions at all.
Yeah.
Got Cobra. He doesn't count.
Yeah, Cobra doesn't count.
We are seeing more of the.
This list is probably by far the best list
because it has a Jafar in it,
like this one
and the elephant.
I think it's just because it has the Jafar in it
and the elephant. 2 of the greatest cards right there. It's a combo.
It's crazy though how elephant went from like the worst card ever.
I tried to make elephant work as soon as it came out, and everyone hated it. They're like, "Oh, it's trash."
Well, we had better mims.
I was like,
I don't know how I feel about elephant and amethyst steel. I feel like that might be too slow. I'd probably look more at Treasure Guardian Yzma.
I mean, if you're using it to protect, I feel like you're using it to protect Yzma or your Bell, like just to get that damage removed back. But
I could see that.
The interesting.
I'm sure elephant on dock probably drives you crazy.
You draw the elephant, drop it, put dock back in your hand.
Yeah,
Let's have some fun.
Sick, bro.
All right, so let me go into an Amber Steel aggro list, but it's kind of it's like an interesting list, I guess.
It has the Lilo and the Stitch.
It has Lilo and Stitch combo, which is what we like to see. I'm assuming it's probably just different lines on the play and on the draw. I'm assuming on the play you're probably going like Daisy, Nala, Lady something or Tiana, and then on the play you're doing that. Then on the draw you're going for your hook into Rhino, Chef Rhino, Pete. Answer all the board stuff. Try to quest out later. But
What does
it's
that
an interesting
Calhoun
list.
Who?
The Calhoun, the amber one.
-3 power.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna stall it up. I get that. I love a good toolbox list and don't believe in all 4-ofs, but I'm not crazy about the numbers we got here.
3, 4, 5.
The 3/3 Rhino is like very strange. Like we're doing it or we're not.
So 14 uninkables, and the max biggest card is what? A Pluto?
Yeah, 4 costs.
It's
It's not
9,
bad.
12, 2 Daisy.
I love
All
Penny.
in on the surf early low.
I think it's just fine because you're like forcing your opponent to have answers throughout the game. If you go like Mulan on 1, pitch, discard, or if you're just like use discarding it off the Calhoun to give something -3, just you can just recur it the next turn. Like have to keep answering it instead of questing, so it just gives you more opportunity to slow your opponent down.
I do think Nala is kind of dog water, so I do like Penny or Lilo over it.
I feel like Nala's bonkers, especially if you're able to
Amber Steel.
if you're able to like curve into it. I think the only thing that is missing from this that I really liked when I played Amber Steel was the 3-drop bodyguard.
Jim Deere? Is it Jim Deere?
Yeah, Jim Deere.
Herc?
Or Herc.
Herc being a
But
3/3 is a little better.
I just like being able to like go like Daisy, Nala, something to protect them, and then like establish her Tiana.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he's looking to do with Calhoun here, and just make your guy not be able to fight.
Yeah.
I probably would prefer a bodyguard.
Yeah, Ashton tried a similar list, and she just like gave up. She was like, "I hate this. This is stupid." It's like,
yeah, well, the idea you go Daisy, Nala, like Lady, Jim Deere is like that probably sucks. Every card you played was like uninkable, but we're in there.
There's only 2 of those are uninkable.
Oh, is it Nala uninkable? Jim Deere is uninkable too, isn't he?
No, he's inkable.
2-drop 04. I thought he was.
He's inkable.
I thought he was uninkable.
No, he's definitely inkable. You're thinking of the knight
prince?
or whatever. The prince, yeah.
He's
The
05.
Oh, yeah, the 05.
Okay, so we sacrificed the 1 to be inkable. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, the 2-drop 4, but
so you would be
get to do that, and then Pluto the next turn. But I don't know.
Fun, so talented.
I don't like Amber. I don't like the Amber still. I think I said this last podcast. I said everybody was going to be petrified of Amber still, and then realized that it gets mid-ranged out, and then now we're getting into it'll get controlled out, and then
we're going into the grown-up decks, and then we're gonna go there.
Yeah, now we're getting the mid-range decks that control the control and can still beat the aggro. So
our game has never been an aggro game, I feel like, and people will always be able to figure out how to answer that if they need to.
Yeah, I think Braden tweeted something the other day, and he was like, I think it's time for people to realize that the triangle format is not about like color pairings, like 6 different color pairings or 3 different color pairings. It's about aggro mid-range control. Like there always will be an answer to an answer.
3.
The joys of the rock, paper, scissors TCG.
Okay, so this is Kendall's list. Again, we know he was on Ryder.
Ryder? Who is Ryder? I thought it was Flynn Rider when I read it.
No, it's from Frozen 2.
Yeah, it's one of the guys trapped in the forest.
Yeah, and then he said, but those cards are there in place of Dumbo. So he said that, and like 2 visions, I think, were like his Dumbo replacements, or maybe less elephant. And here was the first time we see Second Star. Completely choosing that over everybody's favorite Finders Keepers. Just drawing more cards for a higher cost, but gives you more bodies to sing it on the board. So It was nice to watch until like you try to set it up and your opponent's Hades your Hades or Hades your TikTok and you're just like I can't sing it anymore.
Or just they tap your stuff down. They're not singing it, and they're just like sick. There goes everything.
Yeah.
3 of them, no keepers seems like a lot, but I'm sure it was tested.
Yeah, I tried to list. I played No Vision, tried 2 second star, 3 finders keepers, and if I ever saw a second star before like turn 5, I just felt like miserable because it just sits in your hand and does nothing.
Yeah.
So
kind of have to make it the game plan, which doesn't seem great.
Yeah, especially if there's any sort of target removal and your opponent picks up on it, it's kind of rough. But
yeah, I wonder if it is something he would not think about doing again, and it was more like a surprise factor.
Probably not. Once he gets Dumbos, he'll probably take those out.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you can't feel bad if you don't have Dumbos, if a player like Kendall on a great team doesn't have access to them.
You're sitting pretty. You're like, oh my God, yes.
I think even Habibi was in the chat, and he was like, "Nobody had Dumbos for him to borrow. Y'all are savage in Florida."
Yeah, pretty much. That was exactly what I was. I was shocked. I thought he was just joking and pulling the leg. That he like didn't think he was good.
I saw him tweeting up to the event, and he was like, "I'm not gonna be on a Dumbo list, or am I?"
It's gonna be Dumbo list,
and it ended up, he was on a Dumbo list.
It's a struggle, man. People are fiending for product to pull that Dumbo.
Amazing meta-defining card, but players are still willing to go into big tournaments without it, so you can make it work without it.
Oh, for sure.
But then when you lose, you're gonna be like, if I had Dumbos, it'd be a different story. You know, I'm like, probably not.
That's
I'm gonna say the same thing, and I'm gonna have Dumbo in my deck. If I had a Dumbo there, like you're over, you know.
Think about the people that never had 4 Rapunzels and always would be like, if I just had these Rapunzels that I'm not willing to pay $50 for, then it would be a lot better. And I was like, yeah.
If you don't top this weekend, I would definitely blame Ash too. Especially if she tops, I would definitely blame Ash. I'd charge Ash.
I'd be like, we split.
We're trying to make people feel better
we
about
splitting that. That's our winnings.
What'd you say, Matt? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So we're trying to make people feel better about not having Dumbos, not fight over them.
I mean, Corey's gonna say that if he doesn't have his enchanted Dumbo, like Matt said, feel good, play good.
I need him.
That's true. That's true. He's gonna lose and be like, if it was enchanted, it would have been better.
If it was enchanted, it would have floated. I would have drawn it when I'm going to 5 ink, been able to, genie Dumbo effect.
You draw 2, I think, gain 2 every time you use the ability.
Yeah. Oh, with the enchanted?
Yeah, with the enchanted.
Yeah. It's draw 2, gain 2.
The poor elephant.
It does make me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
That's crazy. I'm gonna pull one this weekend.
Shit. Better calm down.
You know what you got?
I got you.
I got
you.
Well,
Isn't
big boxes this weekend? Check your local Walmart and Target.
If you're in Winston, it's on Thursdays.
Yeah, when I got to the shop I did my pre-release, they had 2 cases and a Trove case, and I was like, can we just buy that? And the guy was like, yeah, I don't care. Like, you can buy it all. And I was like, let me get a Trove. And then I was like, let me get another one. And then literally everybody was like, what? And they all went up and bought it, and then it was all gone.
That checks out. That's kind of felt like it. If the stores around us had more product, it would have went the same way.
I mean,
everybody just thought that was like already pre-sold, and I was like, let me get that.
Yeah, I know one of the stores around us, they posted in their Discord, they're like, we have product, we have 8 boxes for sale, MSRP, whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get another box just to scratch the itch, and they were sold out before I could even get there. So I was like, you guys, and they don't even have a Lorcana presence. Like we tried to do locals there, and they kind of fizzled out.
So we try to go there, and they're like, they're sold all the boxes got sold out. I was like, yeah, I bet you from one person looking for Dumbos.
Probably.
Yeah. Are they over MSRP yet? No.
I think they are. I think the boxes are hovering around 150 a box, which is
Yeah,
only
that's
slightly
very
over
surprised.
MSRP, but
We'll see what happens
I'm
after
here
this
in
weekend.
the San Francisco area of California, and they were charging 120, and I was very surprised. I thought it was for sure going to be like 175.
Whoa.
yeah, right
So
on
that's just
TCG
how it
Player.
is.
It's 155.
Or I saw at this shop. I don't want to blast them, but they had the Chinese like Evolution set box that I saw you could get for like $35 online, and it was 70 there.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
It's
You
Pokemon.
feel that
Yeah.
pain.
It's pretty bad. It's rough.
Anything else specific about Fable you guys wanted to touch on?
No, but I'm excited for CCS. I wish Matt was coming.
Yeah, make sure to holler at the team if you're going. They'll be out there. I'm here in the San Francisco area of California. If you're out here, reach out to me. I'd love to get some games in.
For sure.
Word.
We wish DJ was coming too. He's in the chat. Sad.
Yeah, you should just go. You have a work trip.
No, he's
This
trying
guy's
to.
going to be in Portugal. He's trying to be
Yeah,
sad
he's-
about
Oh
being in Portugal. That's crazy.
I'm not sad if I'm going to Portugal.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Let's play in Portugal.
That would be sick, actually. You should find the locals there. Do they make cards in Portuguese?
No,
No, they'd probably be in English, right?
no. There's
You're
not
in there.
even.
Yeah, you're in there. Then it should.
There's not even Spanish cards printed yet, so I doubt they would do Portuguese. But yeah, because I know Latam is like big on every time there's a lore cast, they're always in there like, when are we getting Spanish cards? So hopefully soon.
Play those, read them to Ashton. Oh yeah, I'm in there.
That's funny.
Interesting.
What the fuck? Weirdos.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for us here at the Ohana Boys podcast. We'll likely be back next week with a CCS recap, so that will be fun to hear from everybody about that and look over the list. Catch you guys next time.
Hopefully have some winners.
Rare, this guy.
Yeah, we'll be interviewing the champion here next week, so
it's gonna be the same familiar faces. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.